Hello and welcome everyone to our favourite event of the week. This is the Gen Y Factor experience. We're really grateful that you've all taken the time out of your night to jump on and hear a little bit about what we've got to share with you. We're not here to sell you anything or sign you up to anything tonight. We're just sharing the information with you guys, and what you'd like to do with it after tonight is totally up to you. So first off, what is the Gen Y Factor experience?
Okay, so the Gen Y Factor experience is all about like-minded young entrepreneurial individuals getting together and sharing an idea that's going to help take you from where you are now in your life to getting you closer to your dreams and goals and achieving those through a business model that we have and a product that we share with our friends and family. Okay, so yeah, that's all what the Gen Y Factor is. Yeah.
A little bit about Kim and I first. Before we were approached by this company, we were actually sponsored athletes for a supplement company. And we thought we were super healthy, but it wasn't until we actually jumped on board and started taking this amazing product that we actually noticed some extreme changes in our body, and we decided to start sharing it with people. And then that's when everything kind of changed. This is now our full-time job that we do in part-time hours, and we get to do it from home together, which is absolutely incredible. And we've got some amazing power couples on here tonight that are going to share their story with you as well. But first of all, I just wanted to share some information with you, which you may or may not know. I was quite shocked when I found out all of this. At the moment, the world has never been sicker, fatter, more disease-ridden than ever before. And it's really up to our generation now to do something about it, because we're the ones now that are coming through having children and teaching them what's good and bad, because they do not learn it in the school system. So in Australia, 1 in 2 people are dying of heart disease, 1 in 3 people are dying of cancer, and 1 in 3 people are dying from the system that we call the healthcare system. But in my opinion, it's really the sick care, because it's not until it's too late that we're actually doing something about it. So what we've got here tonight is an amazing product that we're going to be sharing with you. It's something that we've been taking for the past 22 months. But we do have our good friend Brian on here who's going to explain a little bit about the product. And I'm just going to unmute you, Brian. Awesome.
Thank you so much for jumping on tonight, Brian, and sharing your knowledge on this product. We know that you have an amazing story of your own, and that's the reason that you've jumped on board this worldwide mission. So without further ado, Brian, take it away, mate.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Well, firstly, I've got to say I love being part of a Gen Y group. I'd say that's nice. I'll hang on to that one. But, yeah, look, you've just covered some of the statistics, which is quite mind-blowing. Another one is in Australia, you've got somebody being diagnosed with diabetes on average every 5 minutes. That's pretty scary stuff. Basically, our obesity levels are the highest in the world. We've got some real drums going on. About 9 years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome after contracting Epstein-Barr virus, Ross River fever, and glandular fever. I became very interested in what the causes of disease were, and what I could do to benefit myself. Chronic fatigue is one of those things where they could see my immune system was shot. They didn't know what to do about it. They didn't know why it's down. So it became just a case of me doing everything I possibly could to give myself the best possible chance. What I found through the years, and I'm still very passionate, I continue doing this all the time, but see, the current World Health Organization currently lists over 7,900 different diseases and over 5,100 medications, which is pretty scary. When you look into it, you find there's actually only 2 causes of disease. You've got toxicity and deficiency. It all comes down to one of those 2 things. So toxicity, clearly there's something in your body that shouldn't be there. Deficiency is another challenge. Clearly you're lacking something that should be in your body you don't have. Now, the question is, what is it? What do we need? And those levels are a little bit, they change between the different organisations. In Australia, the government's telling us we should have about 5 serves of veggie and 2 fruit a day. World Health Organization saying sort of 9 to 13 serves a day. The American Heart Association, for someone with my calorie intake, they're saying 12 to 15 serves a day. It's huge. The one thing that's consistent across the board is the amount of people that aren't getting it. The best result I've seen is that 6% of adults are actually achieving that. from 6% down to about 3%. With children, it can be as low as 1%. So it's pretty scary. Now the nutrition intake comes down to two things. We've got our macronutrients and our micronutrients. Macronutrients being the macro being the fuel in the tank. That's your energy. That's your fat, your carbs, your protein. That's what you need to get yourself through the day. That's your calories. That's what gets you going. The micronutrients are the interesting one, and we don't hear a lot about this. But I explain micronutrients as that's the oil in the machine. You can put anything in your fuel tank you like, but if your engine's not running right, you're not able to use it. And that's why I believe we're seeing such incredible results with this product, because it's just allowing the body to work. You're actually getting benefit out of the food that you weren't getting before. So much is going in, there's gut problems, there's all sorts, and it's basically coming out the other end and you're not getting your nutrients out of it. So that brings me to the Juice Plus product. So the first product I'm going to show you is the Juice Plus capsules, which is what we have here. So we actually have 3 different containers. We have our fruits, veggies, and our berries. Now, there's 30 different varieties of whole food produce that goes into them. They are produced at an incredible level. You know, if you're out there and you know you've got to have good quality fruit and veg, you're gonna go to the market, you're gonna go around, you're gonna ask for an organic produce. And the reason we ask that is because we believe that's as good as you're going to get. Now, there's a whole other level to this, and I thought that as well. And then I found out how Juice Plus produces their product, and it's actually quite mind-blowing. What you've got is you've got a company that has predominantly small and medium-sized family-owned farms that have been working with Juice Plus for more than 20 years. The produce, every crop, every harvest on every farm is tested and certified 7 times. They check everything. They start right at the nutrients in the soil to make sure you've got the 87. You know, it's all good and well to buy organic produce, and we've probably all seen it where it'll be a shriveled up little carrot, and that's an organic produce, but there's still nothing in it. It's got no chemicals, but there's no nutrients either. So you kind of, you know, bang your head on a brick wall to some degree. So they're starting at the soil, they're testing the irrigation system, they're testing the fertilizers, they're testing the seeds when they arrive to make sure they are the correct produce, the correct product as well. And then once the harvest is ready, it's actually picked at the peak of ripeness. Now, what people don't realize is that a large majority of the nutrients actually only form in the fruit and the vegetables in the 2 weeks prior to actual harvest. So that's critical. And when you consider what we're eating, you consider, for instance, your Stanthorpe apples. They are ripe in around June each year. So if you're eating a Stanthorpe apple any other time of the year, it's not fresh. They start picking in January for the longest term storage. So if you're eating an apple in April, you'll likely be eating an apple that's about 15 months old. So you can imagine that physically it's ripe. It will never be nutritionally ripe. It will provide you very little benefit. So having a product that's picked at the peak of ripeness is critical. Any of the produce that does not go into the processing plant immediately gets snap frozen to lock all the nutrients in. So when they do need to use it, they can actually do that. Now the product is processed in a very, very, very controlled environment. It is blended, and basically everything goes in there. You've got the cores of the apple. You've got the peel of the orange, which again is critical. The largest number of the antioxidants in the oranges is actually in the peel. We normally peel off and chuck it in the bin, so you're losing that benefit. Obviously, it's not that nice to eat if you want to eat it, but clearly when it's in the capsules, it's it's fine. It comes out fine. So it goes in, it's blended and tested again through the process. It's dried and again tested through the process, and encapsulated, and again it's tested. So it's tested the whole way through to make sure it's nutrient dense and chemical free. It's just an incredible process. There's organic is actually not a patch on that, so it's actually very, very, very interesting. Now, along with the capsules, we actually have a second. We also have this option here, which is the chews for the kids, which is basically the same product that's just modified slightly, added with some I think it's tapioca to give you a chewable product, so the kids can take that. Now, with an adult serve of the capsules, you're actually getting the kids serve for free, which is phenomenal. There's more than 1 million kids globally getting that product supported by the company, which I think is just incredible. So that's our micronutrients. Now, our second main product is these here, which is your complete sachets. They are your macronutrients. So again, that's your fuel in the tank. That's your fat, your carbs, and your protein. Now, these are balanced. These are nutritionally balanced food source. Now, not a meal replacement, but bear in mind, neither is a meat pie and a Coke. You know, the average trader stops in the afternoon and grabs a meat pie cake. That's not food. Sorry, it probably is food to some degree, but it's not going to sustain you. McDonald's muffin doesn't work. You know, grabbing a piece of toast and a coffee as you walk out the door just doesn't do it. So these things are quite phenomenal. I spend a few days a week actually on the road for work, and they're always in my car. I know I can chuck that with a bit of water and getting a phenomenal, you know, a phenomenal meal option right there and then, rather than pulling over somewhere and just trying to find whatever's available. You know, one of the main things with this, and look, Juice Plus is always looking at these to make sure they've got the correct spread of nutrients. These are not just slapped together and, you know, see what's available at the time and let's see what we can make up. They're specifically selected. You've got things like you've got amaranth and you've got quinoa and you've got alfalfa sprouts. You've got a whole range. You've got portobello mushrooms as one of the newest items that's been added to it. Now, one of the fantastic things with that is that's one of the very few foods you can actually get vitamin D from. You got 40% of your daily intake in one of those sachets. Now, vitamin D is known. It's you know, they're proving this more and more all the time. But vitamin D is a known preventative of as many as about 9 different cancers. Things like prostate cancer and breast cancer. It has a massive effect on helping prevent that. You know, and we're also told that if you get out in the sun, it's going to kill you. The sun's now turned against us in the last sort of 30, 40 years. Apparently now it's out to wipe us out. So it's just a perfect way to get it. And even if you do get out in the sun, what you need each day is 85% of your body exposed for around 30 minutes. That's hard work. I love getting out in the sun, but that is still hard work to achieve. So there you've got the benefit of that there. It's a fantastic opportunity, a fantastic product to be able to replicate that. So that's your micronutrients and your macronutrients. As I say again, just to recap, the micronutrients, that's the engine in the machine. That's the oil in the machine. That's allowing your body to actually perform the way it's supposed to perform, to absorb the nutrients it's supposed to absorb from the food you are eating. If you haven't got that right, what you're putting in as far as your macronutrients, not as important as it should be, because you're not doing it. It's coming out the other end and you're not getting benefit. So if all your organs are getting supplemented properly and your body can function the way it is, you get phenomenal results. And we're seeing that day and day. It's quite incredible what we're able to see. So thank you, Kim. I hope that covers it all for you.
You nailed it, Brian. Thank you so much. We love hearing your all your new stats that come out, and it's definitely something that, you know, the Gen Y have to start thinking about now, because it all starts with us, because we're gonna it's our bodies and how healthy we are that's going to affect our children and their children. And if you haven't heard of epigenetics, definitely look into epigenetics, because this is why we're on this huge this mission now. It all starts with us. And yeah,
I've got one more thing, Kim. I just want to add to that, and you've reminded me, just being that it's, you know, Gen Y event. This is absolutely critical. Think about when you hop in your car and you drive down the road. We don't hop in our car, drive down the road, have an accident, and then put our seatbelt on. Yeah, that's what we're taught when it comes to health. And we look at it on TV. If you want to lose weight, go and see a doctor. If you got diabetes, go and see a doctor. You want to give up smoking, go and see a doctor. Nowhere do they say, if you want to stay healthy, go and see a doctor. It doesn't work that way. So what you're talking about here with this is your nutritional seatbelt. This is your protection when you do get the viruses, you do get the bugs, you know, God willing, you do end up having an accident. You've got your system's in a good position to actually recover. There are doctors in America now that will not do lap band surgery unless you've been taking this product for a number of months. Dentists that highly recommend you take this for a period of time beforehand, because they know your system has the best chance of recovery. So as far as, you know, the Gen Y level, this is critical, because when you're in your 20s and even your 30s, you don't likely see the impact of what you've been doing for all those years. It's not until you sort of hit your 40s that things start to go wrong. So again, your nutritional seatbelt. So thanks for reminding on that, Kim. I think that's an absolutely critical point.
No, that's totally fine.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much, Brian.
I think something that's really, really cool about this as well is people that are pregnant and people that are breastfeeding can also take this product, and a lot of people are recommended to do that now. And it's always a big red flag for me. Like, I've got no children now, one day I will, but if something says do not consume while you're pregnant or do not have while you're breastfeeding, it's kind of a red flag of why the hell am I going to put that in my body? So it's really cool that you can actually break open the capsules and give it to your babies. We've got a few people that do that on board anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Like just like when we first started taking the product 22 months ago, we thought that we were healthy. We were heavily involved in our body sculpting careers, and once we added this to our regime, everything started to go. It just went to a whole nother level. Our training was, our intensity went through the roof. Our recovery was like 36 hours, we were able to go back and do legs. We were doing legs three days a week. So just when you start to feed your body with the macro and micronutrients that it can actually absorb, then your body starts to work the way it's supposed to. And that's what we're all about. We're all about preventative health, and we're all about life, like long-lasting lifestyle changes here at the Gen Y Factor. And
that's been 22 months now with no other supplements, and we've not even really been sick at all either.
Yeah, so. That's another thing. We have not been sick in 2 years. But yeah, so that's that. That we just covered the product. So that's and we'd like to invite Marlie and Chris to jump on and just share a little bit about give us their story on their Juice Plus journey. So guys, thank you and welcome. So if you could
Alrighty.
If you could just tell us, what was life like before, what were you doing before Juice Plus, how long have you been taking it, and what kind of results have you benefited from, or have you experienced?
Alrighty, sure. So I first heard about Juice Plus when I was about 30 weeks pregnant, and at the time I'd had terrible acne and all that too. And I saw a post up on Facebook of a friend of mine, and she just had this awesome picture of her like before Juice Plus and after Juice Plus, and her skin was incredible, and that just totally intrigued me. I'm like, oh, I need that. So I asked her about it, and she told me about it, of course, and I was like, this makes sense. It's just fruits and vegetables, and I can have it because I'm actually pregnant. And so I was like, sweet, I'll try it out. So I got on it, and what I first noticed was that my energy just increased so much. And this was like really important because I really wanted to keep active and fit during that time. So up until I actually had Rose, I was able to attend the gym pretty much every day. And that was super important because I actually had to have a C-section. And because I was fit, and I had all those nutrients that were flowing through my body, I was able to pretty much like bounce back, and I was out of hospital within 3 days, and I didn't have any painkillers or anything, and that was after a C-section. So that was pretty cool. And I didn't get sick all throughout winter, which was awesome because everyone around me was sick, and my skin improved, which was really, really exciting. I had no pimples anymore, so that's really nice.
Yeah. And when she first told me about it, I considered myself really healthy. You know, I ate a lot of fruit and vegetables. I'm a very active person, but I was always getting sick. I was always getting cold through the whole of winter. And so when I tried it, I may as well give it a try. You know, all of a sudden my immune system was heaps stronger. And even my IBS, I've got a lot of intolerances, and my IBS disappeared. And so, you know, just from the health of it, I was like, yeah, this is great. And then with the business side, I was pretty skeptical because I've had a very busy life. Well, I still have a busy life. I'm studying full time and got a job, and I've got a brand new baby now. And I thought I didn't have time to take out time to work. But then I realized that this job fits into your life. You know, you don't have to take out time. You find time to talk to people. You know, you find time to better yourself. It's what you should be doing anyway. And so, you know, once I sort of realized that and started doing it and putting into practice, you know, we're now working together. We're having lots of fun, meeting people. We're going up to the Gold Coast. And yeah, we're way healthier. So it's definitely helped us a lot.
That's awesome, guys. Mm-hmm. So happy for you. And so happy that we met you on the Gold Coast too.
And that's exactly what it does. You know, time is something that a lot of people don't think they have, but this just fits in seamlessly with the busy lifestyles that we all have. So we're going to just welcome in Matt and Tyrion, and Matt and Tyrion are going to share just a little bit. I was going to share and touch on the business opportunity that is attached to this product, and yeah, they're going to share their knowledge on it. So Matt and Tyrion, thanks, Matt and Tyrion.
thank you so much for having us. We love being given the opportunity to come and hang out on a Monday night and share a little bit about our story and share this business opportunity. First of all, I just want to say, Brian, you've got me all excited. I've been a part of this business for like 18 months or nearly 2 years now. And all those facts, I was writing them down. I love facts and figures and all that kind of stuff. So I just need to calm down from that. I love information, but that was great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So yeah, Matt and I, we have been part of the Juice Plus company for about 1.5 years now, almost 2 years in between there. And we basically just came into it because we loved the product. We both had amazing results with the products, but finances got really tight. So we were shown this business opportunity, and we thought it would be a really great way to just pay for our own product or make a little money towards our own product. But then it just snowballed into something so much bigger than that. And, about 10 months in, Matt was able to leave his full-time job. He was in sales and he really didn't enjoy it. So it was a massive milestone for us to get him out of that. And I didn't go back to study. I was studying to be a social worker, but I just had such a passion for this, working with people, showing people a better way and a better way to be healthy. So, we're really loving it. It's so important that we get to, work from where we want and be our own boss, because we have a little girl, her name's Scarlett, she's 2 years old. And, we get to work alongside her and together from the beach, from the park, from cafes, from wherever we want. So it's really exciting, and we're having so much fun, and also meeting heaps of cool people like Kim and Tori as well. We're going to share the business opportunity with you tonight. And what we like to begin with is we've got a little whiteboard
She
tonight.
brought it today. She's so happy.
Because we had a big one and it used to have cover Matt, and I felt bad.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah. So what we like to start off with is just taking a look at a traditional business versus a Juice Plus business. So when we take a look at a traditional business, most traditional businesses anyway do look like this, right? They take on that kind of pyramid look. At the top there, you've got the CEO. Then under the CEO, you've got, supervisors and managers and all that kind of stuff. And down here at the bottom, you've got good, honest, hardworking people. And, some of these people, they have a vision of working their way up that corporate ladder there to the top to become the CEO. But it's a bit of a tough journey, You got to work really, really hard. You may get promoted. We like to use a trolley boy at a supermarket as an example. So down here, he works really, really hard, and he may get promoted to, work in the checkouts. And then from that, he may get promoted to be, supervisor of the deli section or whatever. But as he starts moving his way up, there's less and less positions, which means it gets really, really competitive. He has to kind of stand out amongst people, and he might start losing friends, which isn't very nice. And also, as you move up, the pay goes up, which is great, more money in the bank. But it's actually more stressful, and there's a lot more responsibility as well. So ideally, for me, I wouldn't really want to be a CEO, to be honest, if it meant that I had to lose friends and spend less time with my family. So for me, at 23 years old, it was really important just to take a look at something different, a new way of living. So if we take a look at the Juice Plus company, it looks a bit more like this. An upside down triangle, because at our pinnacle position, which is called NMD, there is unlimited spaces. And the thing is that anybody can get there. We all start in the same place. We start out as a VF. It doesn't matter whether you're educated or uneducated, whether you're a stay-at-home, a businessman, what kind of background you come from, what kind of race you are. We all start here, and we all have the same opportunity to make our way to the top. And the way that we get there is actually by supporting one another, linking arms with people, and, all moving up to there together. So it's really cool, and it makes for such a beautiful, positive, supportive environment. So we show people that business plan there, and they say, you know what, that's great, but it looks like you're doing really well, but I can't because, and there's always some kind of objection or excuse or story. So Matt's just going to touch on a couple of those.
Well, am I holding the whiteboard?
Oh, do you want me to
You can draw. I'll let you draw tonight. So one of my biggest objections were I don't know enough people. So I'll give you an example of one conversation I had with someone. He's actually on the call tonight, and he's one of my really good friends. And it actually took him a year sitting on the fence until he actually joined the business. But just by having that one conversation with Daniel, he ended up talking to his sister Lisa over in Colorado, and she just got the plan straight away. She was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I didn't know there was something like this out here. So she ended up linking arms with Perry, and Perry is a very busy businessman, but he wants more time with his family and with his wife especially. He works a lot away from home and wanted more time. So he decided to share it with
His wife.
Sorry, they're all new.
His wife.
Yeah, what's his wife's name?
Karen.
Karen, that's right. Karen. And then Karen decided to share it with Alicia, that's right. Sorry, they're all new names. They've all come through last week. So there you go. Just by having this one conversation with Daniel, and then he shared it with his sister, then down here, I didn't know any of these people. Well, actually, I knew Lisa, but not that great. You know, just by having those conversations, it just popcorns out. And, you know, this only represents one line in our business. If you think Dan has other lines, I have a lot more other lines. Can you draw the lines?
Yeah.
And then it just starts popcorning out, and all these amazing people just start joining the mission. Yep, that's great. You can use your whiteboard marker. Yep. And the other big objection I had is I can't sell. And I really couldn't, because at the time I joined this company, I couldn't even sell oil, which was the company I was in. And so I really couldn't sell. But this company is totally different. So we like to use this one as an example. It's UTR. So we use the product. So we wake up every morning. We have our capsules. We have our complete shake. We get our engine going with good oil and good fuel. And then we talk about the product. So, you know, we might go to work or to the gym or anywhere like that, and we just talk to people, you know, share what we're doing. And then, best of all, results. So you are the results. You share your results with people. People want your results. And what I love about sharing results, for an example, if you go into a cafe and you have a really good coffee, or go to the movies and see a really good movies, and we go and tell our friends about it, do you think the movies are going to, ring you up and go, hey, we're going to give you a year pass for recommending your friend to come watch a movie, or we're going to give you a free coffee for recommending your friends? So what I love about this company is when you talk about your results and recommend people the products, we get rewarded for doing that. So Taryn's going to show you exactly how that works.
Great leadway. I like that. We're still learning. So
she loves this.
I thought it was
I
good.
came up with it last week.
No, I don't think you did that.
No,
Right.
I think Adam did.
Awesome.
Oh,
Do you want me to talk about it? Sure.
Yeah,
Alrighty. So just touching on, sharing your results. Basically, here's me. I'm taking my Juice Plus products. I got that juicy glow going on. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. I talked to Mary over here. She notices the juicy glow. She asks, what are you taking? I show her my fruits, veggies, and berries in a capsule. She says, yep, I'll have some of that. So I then place an order for her with our company. They're based over in Newcastle in Australia. So I order the products for her. The company ships the product straight to her door, so we don't touch it. The only product we have is our own. They take care of all the payments and all that messy kind of stuff. I don't want to take care of numbers like that. I'm really bad at maths. And then the company then says, thank you very much for recommending this customer to us. We are now going to pay you. And so that's really how we get paid. So, yeah, we are referring and recommending every single day. But, with this company, we just get paid for it. And just touching a little more on how we do this business is also, yes, Matthew.
I'll just quickly add to that as well. Before this business, this is what really made sense to me. Before, I was having to hold stock. I had to chase up debt. I had to deal with abusive phone calls. Where's my staff? And deal with couriers and all sorts of things like this. So just what Taryn touched on then, it's just such a stress-free business. I just absolutely love it. It's completely different.
Cool. So another thing we like to show people as well is just touching a bit more on how we do this business, because a lot of people think it's about going out and finding heaps and heaps of customers, like selling lots of products, but it's not really like that. Basically, it's about me selling a little bit and then teaching other people to sell a little bit. So for example, I can go out and I can go and sell 15 boxes of Juice Plus, or I can sell 5 and then go and teach 3 other people to sell 5. So rather than me going out and doing all the work, I just teach other people to do it. And then what they do is they get it and then they start to duplicate and teach what I've taught them. And they go out and go out and teach 3 people to sell 5 boxes. So this business is all about simplicity and duplication. We've got a rule of thumb that if you can't teach it to an 8-year-old, then you don't teach it at all. So I love that. We love to keep it simple and we keep it fun as well. So we just like to finish up just talking a little bit about money. For us, money just means choices. It means being able to say yes to more things. And so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the bonuses, because, I know for me, I never really got any bonuses in the jobs that I've worked in. I think, Matt, you've never really... You got a
worked 3 years in the company and I got $150 for Christmas.
Yeah. So what we love about this business is that we have the opportunity to give ourselves bonuses every single month. And the thing with bonuses is we've got a little rule that they need to be spent on fun things like travel or shopping or treating yourself or treating your family. They're not allowed to go on bills or boring stuff. So we get paid 3 ways in this business. The first way is that we're just talking about is bonuses. But then we also get paid with retail sales profit. So every time the box gets sent out, you get paid the retail sales profit. And then we also get paid with commission on top of that. And as you move through the levels, your commission levels go up 4%, 9%, and 14%. So just talking about bonuses, in your first 10 days, there's a $100 bonus up for grabs. We love this bonus. We make sure everybody gets it because basically it's only $137 to buy your own online franchise. You get this bonus in your first 10 days, you've basically got a risk-free business. After that, in your first 40 days, you've got a $400 bonus. At this point, sponsor bonuses come in. So like I said, this business is all about duplication. It's a teach-to-teach business. So when you help people through this pay plan, you get rewarded with a sponsor bonus. So every time I teach someone to get to SDVF, I get the same bonus as them. After that, it's a little bit... glary.
Can you see?
After that is a $600 bonus. That's it. Sorry, I forgot to say levels. SC, these don't really mean much. DVF. And then a $600 sponsor bonus there. SSC, what is it? $1,200? $1,200 bonus. Hope so.
Nice
Q,
one.
You've got a $1,500 bonus. And a sponsor bonus there too. And then at our pinnacle position, sorry, this is so messy, $3,000 bonus. No sponsor bonus there because if you've got an NMD in your team, you've probably got a pretty nice residual income coming through for you. But basically, people are making their way up to here in 2 to 3 years. They call it the 4 to 5 year career. You consistently plug away at it for 4 to 5 years, but with social media and all that, us Gen Y, we can rock social media. People are just doing it even faster because you can reach out to more people at once. So that's just a little bit about the money there. But basically, what we love about this business is that the money that you earn reflects, the people's lives that you are changing. So it's really great when you get that check and you know that, hey, I've earned that because I've just helped people get healthier and reach their own personal goals. So do you want me to touch on anything else, Kim and Tori?
Awesome.
Nailed
Thank you.
Cool.
Got it.
I think that's good.
Right. So thank you very much. So we're just gonna wrap that up now because we've gone over time. We usually try and keep it only half an hour. So thank you for your patience and staying on tonight. But yeah, if you've been invited along to this event tonight, it's because that person cares about you and they either want to help you with your health and want you to improve your health, or 2, they feel like this business opportunity could fit well and seamlessly into your life and create an extra income in your home. So, you know, there's different kinds of people that they see this and they say, yes, I really want this, and I just what do I do next? The second kind of person is someone that needs to know a little bit more information. So if that's you, please reach out to the person that invited you along, and they'll definitely share some more information. But yeah, so do you want to add anything?
No, we'll hang around now, guys, for questions. If anyone's got any, I'm just going to stop the record.